Social media has glorified depression and anxiety. It seems people are so eager to seem depressed. However, no one seems to be doing anything about this depressed generation. Depression and anxiety are things not to be joked with. However, with the glorification of mental health issues, people, and in this case, teenagers, aren't getting the help they need. Here's just another day.
You can't always just pinpoint where, like, here's where depression started, or here's like how it was the story for me. It's just like before you know it, you're in a like dark pit of like, despair that's cold and lonely, and all of a sudden you don't know how you got there or how everything accumulates to get you there. You just kind of feel like you're there. At least for me, when I found myself in that position, I was probably like 18, and I didn't know what to do. I had just graduated high school, and I didn't think that I should be feeling sad, but I did, and I didn't feel like I could talk to anybody about it either. So a bit of my story was just trying to uncover why I felt so bad, why I felt so disassociated, like I couldn't connect to a thing, I don't know, you sometimes feel like you can't connect to people or to like other things that other people seem to have such easy connections about.
So, and there's also a difference between clinical depression and like down moods, right? And so with clinical depression, that would be a period of like at least 2 weeks with like down mood more days than not, loss of interest in things that you previously enjoyed. In teenagers, it can also be, or most often is like irritability, anger outbursts, difficulty focusing, concentrating in school, missing school, not wanting to get out of bed, changes in appetite, changes in weight, so like weight gain or weight loss, changes, sleep disturbances, sleeping too much. Sleeping too much is far more common than sleeping too little. Like not wanting to hang out with friends, isolation with depression is really common. So especially with teenagers, like not wanting to sit with friends at lunch or not really like engaging.
I was in a psychiatric hospital, right, for about 2 weeks. I don't know how it ended up there. Like we were saying earlier, you just kind of end up one day in a really dark place. So, feeling suicidal for so long, and one day I just kind of told my brother that that's how I had been feeling, and these things that were sort of consuming me inside. And he was like, "Let's go out to eat." And instead of going out to eat, he took me to the hospital, and then they kind of asked me a bunch of questions, and then they were like, "We can't let you leave. We got to send you to a specialized hospital, and you're going to stay there until you get reevaluated and checked on daily." I didn't think it was all that serious, because that's not how you think about things. But, yeah, it was terrible.
So with anxiety, people can have panic attacks or anxiety attacks, which would be, you'd have like physiological changes, right? So like increase in your heart rate, your face would get flushed, some people feel like they're gonna like literally die. You can have this sensation where like you stop being able to hear almost, like everything goes like white and it feels like you're gonna faint sometimes. But anxiety can just be feeling overwhelmed, which is also similar with depression. A lot of times, depression, you feel just overwhelmed with like sadness. Anxiety can feel that same sense of overwhelm, but with different things. So overwhelmed with schoolwork is really common, or the future. A lot of times with anxiety, it's it's when we stop living in the present and that the future takes over. And so then we have those anxious thoughts that happen.